Hello everyone, welcome back to Farah Muhammad. I'm Fatima, your host. Today, I'll be sharing another true crime story based on publicly reported information. Now, let's begin. Everyone believed Ketan Agarwal died in a tragic accident. But as investigators uncovered new evidence, a completely different story began to emerge. This is the Ketan Agarwal case. On June 18, 2026, Ketan Agarwal, a 26-year-old man from Pune, India. Before this heartbreaking case shocked India, Ketan Agarwal was simply a young man looking forward to his future. At just 26 years old, he lived in Pune, Maharashtra. Friends and relatives described him as kind, hardworking, and deeply devoted to his family. To those who knew him, Ketan had a bright future ahead. Like many young people, Ketan dreamed of building a successful career and a happy family. Those close to him said he worked hard and always looked forward to a better future. Nothing suggested that his life would soon take such a tragic turn. As the years passed, Ketan's family believed it was the right time for him to get married. They hoped to find a suitable life partner who would begin a new chapter with him. Eventually, Ketan met 20-year-old Sia Goyal. Their families approved of the relationship, and as they spent more time together, plans for their future began to take shape. On February 19, 2026, Ketan and Sia became engaged. Their families celebrated the occasion with joy, believing they were witnessing the beginning of a happy life together. Photos from the celebration showed smiling faces and a couple who appeared excited about their future. As the years passed, Ketan's family believed it was the right time for him to get married. They hoped to find a suitable life partner who would begin a new chapter with him. Eventually, Ketan met 20-year-old Sia Goyal. Their families approved of the relationship, and as they spent more time together, plans for their future began to take shape. On February 19, 2026, Ketan and Sia became engaged. Their families celebrated the occasion with joy, believing they were witnessing the beginning of a happy life together. Photos from the celebration showed smiling faces and a couple who appeared excited about their future. As the weeks passed, Ketan and Sia spent more time together. Like many engaged couples, they began planning their future and creating memories before their wedding day. The couple shared happy moments on social media. Their photos showed smiles, celebrations, and what appeared to be a loving relationship. To friends and relatives, everything seemed perfect. Their families began preparing for a grand wedding planned for November in Jaipur. Everyone believed the couple was ready to begin a happy new chapter together. But according to police investigators, behind the smiling photographs, Sia was allegedly hiding a secret. Investigators later claimed she had continued a relationship with another man named Chetan Chaudhary. Police alleged that Sia and Chetan had been in a relationship since the previous year. Investigators believe this secret relationship would later become the center of one of India's most shocking criminal investigations. According to police, while Ketan was preparing for marriage, Sia was secretly communicating with Chetan Chaudhary. Investigators alleged that the two remained in close contact despite her engagement. Ketan and Sia were planning to travel together to Bali, Indonesia for 8 days. To Ketan, it was a chance to spend quality time with the woman he planned to marry. Investigators later alleged that Sia and Chetan became increasingly worried about the upcoming marriage. According to police, they believed Ketan had become an obstacle to their relationship. Police said the pair first discussed causing an accident that would only injure Ketan and delay the wedding. However, investigators allege that they later abandoned that idea. According to investigators, the plan gradually became more serious. Police allege that the accused eventually decided to kill Ketan instead of simply delaying the marriage. These allegations remain part of the ongoing criminal case. According to police investigators, the accused allegedly began searching for a location where Ketan's death could appear to be a tragic accident. They wanted a place with steep cliffs and very few witnesses. Investigators allege that the pair explored several tourist locations, including Tiger Point Inn, Lonavala and Visipa Fort. They reportedly exchanged photographs while comparing each location. Police say the couple eventually selected Lohagad Fort near Pune. Investigators believe they considered it the most suitable place because a fatal fall could easily be mistaken for an accident. According to investigators, Sia had already visited Lohagad Fort with Ketan before the day of the incident. Police believe this visit may have been used to study the area and identify possible locations. Investigators allege that if the opportunity had presented itself during that earlier visit, the plan might have been carried out then. However, police say the incident did not happen that day, and the investigation later focused on the events that followed. According to police investigators, Sia later encouraged Ketan to return to Lohagad Fort. Investigators believe she was determined to bring him back to the same location. Police also allege that on an earlier visit, Ketan narrowly escaped death. According to investigators, he survived after grabbing onto a bush, and the incident was explained at the time as an accident. These allegations remain part of the ongoing investigation. Investigators further allege that Ketan and Sia's planned trip to Bali never happened. Police claim Ketan's passport disappeared, forcing the couple to cancel their international travel plans. According to police, after the Bali trip was cancelled, investigators believe the alleged conspiracy entered its final stage. They claim the accused were preparing to carry out their plan. On June 18, 2026, Ketan and Sia travelled together to Lohagad Fort near Pune. To everyone around them, it appeared to be an ordinary outing. No one could have imagined what investigators would later allege have happened there. On the morning of June 18, 2026, Ketan and Sia arrived at Lohagad Fort. Like many visitors, they walked through the historic site, surrounded by breathtaking cliffs and scenic views. Nothing appeared unusual to the people around them. According to investigators, the couple eventually reached an isolated area near the cliff. Police later focused on reconstructing what happened during those final moments before Ketan's fall. Shortly after the incident, emergency services were contacted. At first, the case appeared to be a tragic hiking accident, and there was no immediate indication of a crime. News of Ketan's death devastated his family. They struggled to believe that a joyful day had ended in unimaginable tragedy. Their grief soon turned into questions about what had really happened. As investigators examined the evidence, the case began to change dramatically. Witness statements, digital records, and other findings led police to question whether Ketan's death had truly been an accident. As investigators continued their work, they began collecting CCTV footage, mobile phone records, and forensic evidence. According to police, each new piece of evidence helped them better understand the events leading up to Ketan's death. Police also interviewed several witnesses. Although not everyone saw the incident itself, investigators said their statements helped reconstruct the movements of Ketan and Sia before and after the fall. According to investigators, digital evidence became one of the most important parts of the case. Police examined phone records, internet activity, and communication between the people involved. Investigators allege that some messages and communications had been deleted after the incident. Police worked with forensic experts to determine whether important digital evidence had been removed. Based on the evidence gathered during the investigation, police arrested Sia Goyal and Chetan Chaudhary on June 23, 2026. Both denied wrongdoing, and the case continued through the legal process. As the investigation intensified, police began reconstructing Ketan's final days. Every phone call, message, and movement became part of a much larger picture. According to investigators, the evidence pointed toward a carefully planned conspiracy rather than a tragic accident. Police said the case had taken a completely different direction from what they first believed. As news of the investigation spread, the case quickly attracted national attention. Millions of people followed the updates, while discussions filled television programs and social media. Ketan's family continued asking for answers and justice. They hoped the investigation would reveal exactly what happened and that the truth would eventually come to light. Through the legal process, the investigation remains an important legal case. As court proceedings continue, many questions are still being examined. The final outcome will be determined by the justice system based on the evidence presented in court. As the case moved through the legal system, prosecutors continued presenting evidence gathered during the investigation. Witness statements, digital records, and forensic findings became central to the court proceedings. Ketan's family continued to wait for justice. They said nothing could bring him back, that they hoped the truth would be fully revealed through the courts. The case quickly became one of the most talked about criminal investigations in India. Millions of people followed every update, while news organizations continued reporting each new development. As this case continues through the courts, it is important to remember that legal proceedings are still ongoing. The final judgment will be made by the court after examining all the evidence. This case reminds us that appearances can sometimes hide a very different reality. As the legal process continues, the search for truth and justice remains the most important goal. For Ketan's family, this case is more than a headline. It is the story of a son, a relative, and a loved one whose life ended far too soon. They continue to hope for answers through the legal process. This case is also a reminder that not every story is as simple as it first appears. Investigations can reveal new facts over time, and every case deserves a fair and thorough legal process. Thank you for watching this documentary. This story is based on publicly reported information available at the time of recording. As the legal case continues, new developments may emerge. If you found this documentary informative, please like this video, subscribe to Farah Muhammad, and turn on notifications so you never miss our next true crime story.